G'day everyone, in this video I am going to be reviewing one of my favourite Murray cod lures, and it's a lure with a couple of really unique features, and that is the Old Mate lure. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video if you want to see some of my highlights or some of the cool footage that I've got over the last couple of years fishing with the Old Mate lure and catching Murray cod and trout cod. Now have a look at this. I want to show you something too before I start. You may remember in a video that I made the other day, I was using my Panasonic G9 camera, and I said it's got eye detection for the autofocus, so I had to hold the business card up level with my eye. This time I'm using my Canon EOS M6. This has face detection, so it detects the whole face. But the Panasonic, this is going to make you laugh. It's something that happens out here in my shed from time to time. See this really awesome big picture up here? This is the picture that Brett Corker had made for me last year, earlier this year. I absolutely love it. But the Panasonic doesn't love it. And quite often when I'm standing in frame like that, where you can see me there and me here, the eye detection focus actually goes for that picture. So it's amazing the amount of times I've had to go back inside onto my computer only to find that I'm blurry and the poster in the background is sharp. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because I find it quite humorous, even if nobody else does. Right, now let's talk about Old Mate lures. Old Mate lures are a hard body lure or a diving lure. There's hundreds, there's stacks of different types of diving lures on the market for Murray cod today. To look at the Old Mate lure is nothing different to any other lure. They all look pretty similar. Some are wider, some are skinnier, some are fatter. Most of them have a sway or a swim pattern. They dive and they catch Murray cod. But once you look past the actual shape and design of the lure, there's quite often lures have different sort of features. There's a couple of features that I really like about the Old Mate lure. Now, first and foremost, this is the Old Mate lure here. I'll hold it up close so you can have a good look. That's one in the package, unopened. You'll see at the top there that it says 15 feet. You can get this lure in 15 feet and 25 feet. The actual lures are the same size. The lure body doesn't change in size. It stays that size. It's just got a bigger bib for the deeper diving lure. I'll grab one here that's not in its box. I've got a few here. Here's one here that's not in its package. That's what they look like. It's got a nice little skinny taper towards the point, and I'll go into that shortly when I tell you about the unique features that this lure's got. But that's the lure there. Now, some of the good things it's got a bit of a rattle. It's got wire through the bib. You'll see it's got wire through the bib there, which will come in handy for people that catch a larger Murray cod, because the larger Murray cod can break plastic bibs. So it's got a lot of strength to it. But the unique features that I like, of which there's two. The first and foremost, the thing that impresses me most about the Old Mate lure is the casting. The Old Mate lure casts like no other Murray cod lure you've ever cast. If you're walking the banks flicking the lures, or even drifting in a kayak or a boat, if you're lure casting for Murray cod, it's hard to go past the Old Mate because they cast so well. And there's a reason for that. There is a weight displacement mechanism inside the body of the lure. There is a ball bearing and a magnet. Now, when it's in the water, the ball bearing rolls forward to help tilt the lure on lean to help it swim down deep. When you cast, and I can feel it doing it now, when you cast, the force of the cast pushes that ball bearing away from the magnet and to the back of the lure, which makes it weighted at the back. What that means is that when you cast the lure actually travels through the air backwards like that and drags the wide part of the body and the bib with it. So it goes dead straight. A problem that a lot of large Murray cod lures have, and surface lures are notorious for it, is that they catch the wind and they can cast about as straight as a twisty. You'll cast them out in the water and they'll drift and waft and carry on. But because the Old Mate lure has the ball bearing that goes to the back, it casts as straight as anything round. It casts as straight as a sinker. It is an ideal, it's quite a pleasure to cast the Old Mate lure. That's the thing that I like the most about the Old Mates. That's what I believe sets it apart from most other lures. Another really unique feature is in the design of the lure. The center of gravity, or the pivotal point, is under the front or under the front hooks up there. If I hold that closer, you might be able to see there. This bit here, that's where the center of, so when the lure swims, it sort of sways on that point and it goes through, it doesn't just go left and right like that, it actually sort of sways as it goes left and right. And what that means is these front hooks, they stay almost stationary. So the lure's swimming and carrying on like this, but this hook stays pretty much stationary. So when the back hook's thrashing around and carrying on like most lures, the front hooks are hardly even moving. And I believe that that actually helps with hookup rates quite a lot. A lot of lures, as they swim, both hooks will carry on, but with the old mate lure, the front hook, if you look closely, it barely moves as the lure swims through the water. As far as actual lure performance goes, I guess it's no better than any other lures. You know, you've got stump jumpers, orgies, you've got AC invaders, JD lures. They all perform pretty much a similar action. You can only reinvent the wheel so much. But that pivotal point there, causing that front hook to not move, is a big bonus. But most of all, the weight displacement mechanism, or the bearing that goes to the back when you cast it, makes it for an awesome casting lure. I've seen this technology used in trout lures quite a few times. Pontoon 21, little crackjacks have them and they are dynamite to cast for trout. But with the Murray cod lures, it's not so common, and the old mate lure is an absolute pleasure to cast. But they come in a variety of colours. I've got a pink and purple one here. I've got a white and purple one. I've got pink with a bit of yellow on it and a bit of black on it. This is my favourite lure colour of all time when I'm Murray cod fishing. Whether I'm fishing with a stump jumper or an old mate or any sort of lure, it doesn't matter. I just love this light green. I think it's called chartreuse or something similar, but I just love that colour. That's probably my favourite Murray. That's probably my go-to colour for Murray cod fishing, that really nice light green colour. So they come in a variety of colours. The 25-foot model, the one with the bigger bib, that's more for trawling, particularly in deeper water like Lake Mulwala and sections of the Murray River. Whereas the 15-footer, ideal for casting. In saying that, they'll both cast well and they'll both work really well on the cast. So, there's the old mate lure. I'm going to leave a link in the description below this video now so that you can see where you can buy these old mate lures online. They are a great lure. They're one that I like to use. Now, here's a couple of minutes of footage of a few cod that I've caught them in the last couple of years. You can see how effective they are. You can see how much fun they are. And you'll probably wish cod season would hurry up and open after you watch this. Little Murray cod caught on the old mate lure. Oi, look at that. Just as I put it out of the water. Wow. That cod hit my lure. This is the second cast of the day. I literally had probably 3 inches of line out when that fish hit. He almost bit the end of my fishing rod, I kid you not. That is excitement at its best. That is what makes Murray cod fishing so exciting. It's not just the big fish that bring excitement to Murray cod fishing. This absolute ripper of a fish, this ripper of a Murray cod, took my old mate lure when it was almost back at the rod tip. Yep, got him. Told ya. Didn't I just tell you, actually catch cod in these sort of places? Trout cod, is it? It's got me snagged on that log. Look at that, eh? Just dabbling my lure in that shallow little bit of water there. I've managed to catch this lovely trout cod. Once you get one, you sort of fish with a lot more. You fish with a lot more passion, don't you? Yeah. That's a good size, isn't it? Sure is. There we go, folks. A lovely trout cod of around 40 to 45 centimetres. Beautiful dark colouring on the cod. Caught on the old mate lure. This is the, casting into strong winds can be a shocking way to get a bird nest in your reel if you're not careful. Got him! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Quite a nice fish, this one. New little ripper. Look at that, I'm glad I cast that into the wind. Take her on the purple and white old mate. First fish I've caught on this lure, eh? I've caught cod on the green old mate, but this is the first one that I've caught on the purple old mate. Come here, old mate. Ooh, something must have followed my lure then. My lure was about 3 feet this side of there, and then all of a sudden there was a big swirl under that log, unless it was a carp or something swimming by. If it was a cod, I might catch him with his cast. Hit it now. Now, got him. It was a fish. It was a cod. Oh, and he's a good one too. Wow, how exciting! Out of all those logs, what a ripper! This is number 3 for the night, and it's also probably the biggest one for the night by a fair bit. That was so exciting. I cast the lure through, the lure swam over the log, and then there was a big swirl as if something's come out from under the log to chase the lure. Then the next cast, bang! What a ripper! Here's a lovely fish. He'll be given 55 centimetres a nudge.